Hello everyone. Now I am going to explain about nodal analysis and how to analyze a circuit using nodal analysis techniques. So the answer what we are going to get from nodal analysis is called as a node voltages. For this also we have a certain procedures. Now I'll write down those procedures. It is similar to that of a mesh analysis only. In a procedure, first we need to ensure that all the sources should be a current source. All source should be current sources. If voltage source is present, convert that to current source using source transformation. If you are not using source transformation itself, no issue in a nodal analysis. And here we need to apply Kirchhoff's current law. So this nodal analysis is going to be applicable on node points only. And the third one, when you have a resistance between node, resistor between node means more than one voltage to be taken. More than one voltage to be taken, and for which node we are writing node equations that node is positive always. For the verification purpose, I have taken the same circuit which I have already analyzed using mesh analysis. So for the same circuit, we are going to apply nodal analysis to determine the current across all the resistance. Here I'll try to introduce two methods. One is after applying source transformation. Second one is without applying source transformation. Now I will tell you first how after applying source transformation, how we need to apply nodal analysis in this equation. Here I have found that here I have a voltage. So I need to convert that into a current. For that, once again we need to use Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, the formula for the current is I equal to V by R. V is 20 and I value is 3. And the answer for this is is 6.66 amps. Now you please remember this portion of a circuit we haven't touched. We applied source transformation only between these two. For this only we need to have a circuit rearrangement, not with the previous one. So for the visibility, first I have writing the resistance which we haven't touched anything. So based on that, I have written the circuit as like this. And the next, after transformation, the current direction is upwards. So upward directions. The current what we have obtained is 6.6 ampere. And for that current, the source resistance should be connected in parallel. At last I need to join all this. So this is the rearranged circuit diagram. The same rearranged circuit diagram we can write in the form of a butterfly diagram also. So here to here we don't have any resistance. From here to here we don't have any resistance. So that we can consider this as a only one node, a common node. Here also between these two we don't have any resistor. So this is also we are going to consider as one node. And initially I have told you we have a common node. There the potential value is 0. So after rewriting it, I have found only two nodes over here. This is one node and this is another node and the reference node. So between node 1 and 2 I have only one resistance, that is my 10 ohm resistance. Again between node 1 to node 0 we have one resistance, and the name of that resistance is 6 ohm. Between second node to reference node I have another resistance, that is 5 ohm. Again between node to reference node I have another source, and that source value should be 10 ampere. The same way between one node number 1 to a reference node I have another resistance, and this is 3 ohm resistor. So I am going to connect this 3 ohm resistance over here. Again this reference node to this node 1 to reference node I have a source, and I am going to include the source also. The source value is 6.66 ampere, and this is called as a butterfly diagram. So this butterfly diagram, how I need to draw, I have explained right now. So most of the cases while we are going to apply nodal analysis, after rearranging it we will get the diagram in the form of a butterfly only. So here we have found two nodes, and I am naming this node as a node V1 voltage. At the node 2 the voltage we are going to get is said to be V2 voltage, and this is a reference node. So here we need to apply Kirchhoff's current law. According to it, this source current is coming towards the remaining and all away from the junction, so that during nodal analysis we need to apply the formula as I equal to V by R concepts only. Why? Because here we have a source as a current. Based on this rule, I am going to apply Kirchhoff's current law in node 1. So at node 1 I have 3 resistance. These 3 are independently connected. These 2 are independently connected. The third one is connected between the node. So for independently connected resistance I need to write V1 by 3 plus V1 by 6 plus, for this no resistor alone it is V1 minus of V2 by 10 we need to take. Here we have a source, and the source value is 6.66. This is equation number 1. Again we need to simplify it. So after simplification I am taking V1 alone commonly outside. So I am going to take the remaining values as like that, and minus V2 commonly outside, 1 by 10, which is equal to 6.66. This is equation number 1. Now we are going to concentrate on equation number 2. So here also we are going to apply same Kirchhoff's current law at node number 2. So at node 2 I will write over here. At node 2 we need to check how many resistance are present over here. Here we have only 2 resistance. If we check from a node 2, here we have a 2 resistance are present at a node point. The 5 ohm is independently connected, but the 10 ohm is connected between 2 nodes. So for this alone we need to take V2 minus V1 by 10 value. For this V2 by 5. So I am writing over here. For the visibility I am writing both the equations are side by side. So for the first one, V2 minus of V1 by 10 plus V2 by 5. Here we have a current, but this current is away from the junction, so that I am taking that as a minus 10 values. Now it is minus V1 of 10 plus, we are taking V2 common, so that 1 by 10 plus 1 by 5, which is equal to minus 10. This is equation number 2. After simplifying equation number 1 and equation number 2, we will get the simplified equation as like this. For that we can verify using an inspection method also. When you go for an inspection method, I have already informed you like how many number of nodes and how many number of loops we have. Those many number of rows and columns we need to draw. Here we have 2 nodes only, so 2 cross 2 matrix we need to design. So for the visibility purpose, so here I have a space. Here I am writing it as, for the diagonal alone positive, the remaining and all negative. So when you check at node number 1, for this node we need to add what are all the resistance present at the node point. So it is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 10. The resistance present between node is minus 1 by 10. The same minus 1 by 10 is applicable over here, but at this point it is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 5, which is equal to the sources which is present at that node point. One is 6.66, another one is minus 10. You can check with these equations. With the inspection method, we'll get the same only. So at the V1 coefficient, the whatever the thing we have written it as, we'll get the same value over here. For the R12, we'll get V2 coefficient, that is 1 by 10. The same is applicable on equation number 2 also, it is 1 by 10. And the summation of the resistance present in node number 2 is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 5. So we are getting everything as a same answers only. By equation method or by Cramer's rule, we are going to determine V1, V2 values. After applying solving method, I am getting V1 as 5.87 volts and V2 as minus 31.38 volts. Now we are going to verify the current which we are going to present on each individual resistance. Here we have 4 resistance. For the 4 resistance, how we need to determine the current flow. So again, I am going to draw right over here. The current flowing across a 3 ohm resistance, there we have written it as V1 by 3. So current across 3 ohm resistance is in the form of I3 ohm, which is equal to V1 by 3. Since my V1 value is 5.87 by 3. Current across 6 ohm, this is also independently connected. Here also it is V1 by 6. So current across 6 ohm, which is equal to V1 by 6 only. My V1 value is 5.87 by 3. Now current across 5 ohm resistance is it is on equation number 2. It is V2 by 5. So current across 5 ohm resistance, which is equal to V2 by 5, and the V2 value is minus 31.38 by 5. Here when you come to a V2 alone, that means the current across 5 ohm resistance alone, we need to determine available current as well as we have already source current over here. So we need to check those two, then only we will get the exact answer. Here we have already 10 ampere. That 10 ampere we need to add with the resultant, then only we will get the exact answer. And the last one is current across 10 ohm resistance, that is this resistance which is present between a node point, so that 2 current flow will be there. So here obviously we have a negative, so that we can take any of the order. It is V1 minus of V2 divides by 10. So it is 5.87 minus and minus plus, so 31.38 by 10. So after inserting concept over here, to get my I3 values, the obtained current value with the available current value will give you a current across 3 ohm, it is 4.7. Current across 6 ohm is 0.97. Current across 5 ohm is available current to the source current, we will give you 3.7. For I10, we will get it as a 3.72. We can check the same answers with our mesh analysis also. So for both the cases, we are getting the same answers. For the nodal analysis as well as the mesh analysis, more or less we are getting the same answers. So this is also one of the verification of a nodal verification of the analysis part using nodal analysis. Thank you.